Dueling Granjos by TheDriderPony. There's no managers among family. Lady Alice cringed at the sound of jaunty banjos drifting through the air like some woefully misinformed siren trying to beckon her home. The noise held no charm for her. It only further served to remind her why she'd left the day she turned 13. Now she was back. Older, wiser, richer, better than all of them. Unwillingly back, of course. She'd forgotten the date and strayed close enough to her backwater hometown that some erstwhile relative managed to detect her apple heritage with their sixth sense and dragged her back to the dreaded reunion. And that was how she ended up, for the first time in 40 years, imprisoned in a quilling circle by her inane hillbilly relatives.
Can you believe it?
Smith guffawed, her spindly limbs flailing like a spider.
Little cousin Lady Alice, home at last! Huh?
Asked another fossil, somehow her cousin despite being decades older.
Lady Alice, you know, Empire's girl? Who? Empire, Uncle Cider's second wife. Cider? Cider's dead. Oh, I know, but his filly's here. Cousin Allie's finally come home to roost.
It was torture. Unlawful detainment and unethical treatment of prisoners. She only wished she could just make a scene and storm off, but that'd be playing right into their hoofs. Proof that she was no more refined or cultured than her ignoble origins. She wouldn't give them the satisfaction. In fact, perhaps this was a blessing in disguise. A golden opportunity to show these bumpkins just how much better she was without them.
Back?
She scoffed.
Hardly. I'll be leaving as soon as my carriage arrives.
One of them gave her a gummy smile.
Well, we best be making up for lost time. You got yourself a husband yet?
Yet? How dare?
Yes. 23 years now. He just made partner at his law firm in Philadelphia.
Smith sucked on her teeth. Disgusting.
Sounds fancy. He make good money? Provide for you?
More than they'd ever see.
Plenty. Well, you give him our best. Bring him next year so he can meet the family.
Ha! As if she was even going to tell him about this.
He's much too busy to come somewhere so ramshackle. Ramshackle? We ain't got no sheep or chains here.
Smith swept her foreleg out.
Since there's 500 acres of the best farmland in Equestria. Course that'll be changing soon.
Alice grinned as she smelled blood in the water.
Oh? Money troubles? Going to have to parcel and sell it off? Nope. Just the opposite. Me and Grandpa buried the hatchet and he wrote my 3 youngest into his will. When the old coot family kicks it, they'll be getting another 1,000 acres each.
Alice caught her jaw before it could drop. 3,000 acres. She might be rich, but if the Hicks had the sense to sell even half of that, they'd be Canterlot rich. Wealth was clearly not going to be a battle she could win, so she chose a new arena. The one thing they valued over dirt and apples. Family. No doubt her children were far superior for having been properly raised, and their successes were her successes.
You know, my eldest son got married recently. Fine mare. Her father's in oil. Sounds slippery. Shame we missed it. I must have misplaced the invitation.
Smith's face brightened.
They can be guests of honor at Big Mac's wedding. It's his third wife. What happened to the other 2? Infidelity? Sickness? Dead? No, they'll be there too. The 3 of them worked it out and decided Marble and Chai's gotta go first cause they knew him longer.
Impossible. A 3-way marriage? It was indecent. It was immoral. It was the way their kid had beat hers. New strategy.
My daughter, Ambrosia, recently graduated from Princeton University with highest honors.
See the hayseeds top that.
Is it a fact? Good on her. A young mare needs a good head on her shoulders.
One of the other dinosaurs chimed in.
Didn't your Applejack get one of those? What, a degree?
Alice smirked.
No, highest honor. Ah, that's it. She got a Medal of Honor from Princess Celestia.
Alice nearly choked on her veneers.
A Medal of Honor? For what? Meritorious and valorous service to pony kind.
Smith recited.
Got it framed next to her rodeo ribbons. I'll send Caramel to go fetch it. No need.
She didn't need it rubbed in her face. It had to be a fluke. The filly probably threw herself over a mud puddle so the princess wouldn't step in it or something. She gnashed her teeth. No, she was supposed to be better than these yokels. Otherwise, what was the point? At least she still had one child left in the chamber.
My son, Winesip. He has a part-time job and he's only 13.
No need to mention he was working for his father as a glorified coffee fetcher.
Ah, must run in the family. My Applebloom's barely 13 herself and she started her own company. She what? Oh yes, with a couple of friends. Some kind of fancy consultancy, whatchamacallit. Most of it goes right over my head.
A company? At that age?
Gonna open up a branch in Griffinstone to boot.
With an international branch? Lady Alice saw white. A piercing whine cut through the air, rising in pitch till it was a voiceless wall of pressure squeezing out her thoughts. She was supposed to be better than them. Richer, more educated, happier. And yet, what did they still have that she didn't? The pressure reached a climax and the whiteness abruptly turned black. Granny Smith looked over the collapsed form of her cousin.
Huh, heat must have got to her head. Always was a fragile one. Weak constitution. Swears I had her sent off to the city where life's cushy and easy. Can't handle country living.
She whistled sharply and a dozen heads turned her way.
Some pony get some cold cider. You got a cousin down for the count.
We here at Pony&Wolf Productions thank these amazing patrons of ours for their monthly support, without which all of this would not be possible. We sincerely appreciate it and every dollar helps, is needed, and will be used to keep us going to produce audiobooks for your continued enjoyment. It is, now more than ever, important that you support your favorite creators if possible, due to YouTube changing in a way that is not very friendly to content creators. Especially small content creators, like us. In recent months, the names you see on screen have enabled Midnight and Visual Pony to keep going and only having to sell off part of their belongings to not end up on the street. As an incentive for everyone, Visual Pony has broken a vow and has promised to read and record Fallout Equestria, Murky number 7, should the monthly support reach $1,500. To be clear, this is the absolute minimum amount needed to keep the apartment and all bills paid without starving, while a production of this size is ongoing. The estimated time for this production would be 3 to 4 years, but people already said that Project Horizons was impossible to do, right? And now look who did it, so with Pony&Wolf, you know we can finish the job. For further information on how to support us, please have a look at the description of this video, as there are also other ways, like our merch store. Sincerely and forever yours, your Pony&Wolf team. Wolf.